Hey everyone, my name is William Shaker, and this is my dog Rambo. And this episode is a special one because I started my van life journey as of November 1st. That means I've been doing this consecutively for 3 entire months, and I absolutely love it. I thought this video would be super helpful for some of you who have never done this before and are interested in doing it, but some of the things I'm about to tell you, you normally don't read about or hear about. So hopefully you find this helpful. The first thing I want to talk about are big cities. If you're new to my channel, I currently live and reside in San Diego. I haven't started my traveling as of yet, which I will get to in a little bit. But San Diego is a pretty large city. As an extrovert, I absolutely love big cities because that means I'm around more people, I get to socialize. Fortunately, I have my dog Rambo. He keeps me company, and vice versa. But if you're a person who's alone, working remotely, going from place to place, it can get lonely. So city living takes away from that burden. There are a lot of coffee shops that you can go to. There are a lot of parks that you can go to and just say hello to random people and make friends. On the flip side, if you're an introvert, big cities are probably a nightmare for you. Lots of cars, lots of traffic, lots of people. You don't have alone time to recharge. So therefore, the best places for you would be somewhere outside of the city. I've been watching a lot of van lifers, and a lot of them love the desert. There's no one around, they're secluded, there's not a lot of noise, not a lot of stimulation, and it's perfect for you. So depending on the type of personality that you have, big cities can be a very good thing or it can be an absolute nightmare. But for an extrovert like myself who wants to continuously socialize with other people, this is the perfect environment for me. Number two, in big cities like San Diego, you can literally park almost anywhere that does not have a sign that says no parking allowed overnight. You've seen these signs before. They're posted in many different locations. Since I've been doing this for 3 months, I have about maybe 5 to 7 different places where I rotate. I get to the location that I want to sleep, probably sometime around 8, 9 o'clock, and by 10 o'clock, I'm fast asleep. Therefore, no one sees me inside my van. I have my blackout curtains, and I don't step outside my van and cook or do anything like that. So, therefore, you can literally park anywhere you want as long as it doesn't say no overnight parking. Parking locations are almost everywhere, so I don't find it to be that much of a challenge. Number three, many of you might have questions or concerns about bathrooms and showers. How do you shower? How do you do number one and number two? I had those concerns just like you, but I quickly learned living in a big city like San Diego, there are lots of shopping centers almost everywhere for doing number one and number two. Now, if you're not inside of a big city and you don't have shopping centers to go to and you're out in desert, I think your life might become even easier because you can literally go anywhere you want. They sell porta potties these days that you can purchase. They're called cassette toilets. It has a system inside of it where it doesn't smell and it'll store weight inside your van. Maybe you can put it in front of your front seat. But that being said, there are also other types of solutions out there. Because I'm traveling soon, for a toilet, I have one of those collapsible ones where it opens up, you put a bag inside of it, you do your business, close up the bag, and then find a trash can to throw it away. The other route is, if you're out in the boondocks, take a shovel with you, shovel it up. I believe the rule is about a hand length. As far as the number ones are concerned, as a man, I can literally go anywhere I want, although I don't do that typically if I'm in a big city like this. But if you're out in the desert or somewhere remote, then bathrooms are really a non-issue. As far as showers are concerned, it's a non-issue as well because there are showers in most gyms. I personally belong to 24 Hour Fitness. 24 Hour Fitness is located nationwide, but there's also a bigger gym, and that is called Planet Fitness. They're located almost everywhere, but there are those special occasions where you're out in the boondocks, desert, or wherever you are, and you just don't have access to a shower, and it's been a couple days you haven't showered. So there are solutions to that as well. This is called a USB shower. You can literally stick it onto your van and have a shower anywhere you are. All you need is a bucket, a little bit of warm water, which you can make with your Jetboil or any kind of device that you have. Put it inside the bucket along with some cold water, and voila, you got yourself a quick shower. Other than that, if you have a sink inside of your van, you can always use your sink to wash your hair. The fourth thing, you save a ton of money living inside of your van. Number one, you are off-grid. I can literally park my van anywhere I want, and I can have solar-powered energy for all my devices for as long as I like. I don't have to move this van at all. That's a plus because you get to save $30 to $50 per month on energy bills. The only thing that you do have to pay for is propane to cook, but it's very minimal and it costs anywhere between $1 to $5 per month. Your other expense is water. I have a 5-gallon tank and I fill it up 2 times a week, so it ends up costing me $4 per week, which is really nothing. And then there's the biggest expense, which everyone knows about. You don't have a mortgage and you don't have rent payments. When I did live in an apartment in San Diego prior to van life, I was paying $2,400 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment. Now, actually, rents have gone up tremendously. The $2,400 I was paying, now it's close to $3,000 and even more for a 1-bedroom in San Diego. So if we multiply that by 12, you get what I'm saying. It's a lot of money. So depending on the place or the city that you live in, you could potentially save anywhere from $20,000 all the way up to $30,000, $40,000 per year by living inside of your van. That can go to things such as investments, improving your life, education, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Number 5, how do you find balance while on the road? You're juggling work, a lifestyle to maintain, you may have a pet, such as a dog, and you might be pursuing your education while on the road. Someone recently asked me this question, and the way I answered it is there is no such thing as balance. The way I tackle life and van life and everything in general is to live a quality life. If you wake up in the morning and you look at your to-do list and you're excited to begin your day, that means you're living a quality life. You've already achieved balance. And I think that's a better measurement than looking for quote-unquote balance. Because balance is not a switch that you can flip anytime you want it. It's something that needs refinement. If you're going to do van life for the first time and you've never done it before, live in a van for at least a couple of weeks because you'll quickly figure out what you need, what you don't need, what needs improvement, etc., etc. If you've been watching my videos, you've realized that I've made several changes to my van, and that's all as a result of living in it and figuring out what works and what doesn't work. And balance is exactly the same way. You're going to have to live inside of your van, and then you'll quickly figure out what parts of your life need more attention than others. All right, I hope I haven't lost count, but let's talk about number 6. I realized that getting inside of a van and sleeping inside of it and calling it my home along with my dog, I'm trading comfort for freedom. That's all van life is. Personally speaking, I chose van life. Van life didn't choose me. I'm doing this by choice. I wanted to pursue alternative living. I wanted to see what this van life thing had in store for me. I thought it could be potentially fun, going from different place to place, seeing different things, and experiencing things that I would have never experienced if I lived inside of a brick and mortar home, or as some people call it, sticks and bricks. But it comes at a price because, like I mentioned, you're essentially trading comfort for freedom. Personally speaking, I don't have the most comfortable bed. I had a purple mattress, and it was like sleeping on a cumulonimbus cloud every single night. It was nice and comfortable, it was cushy, it was like sleeping on top of goose down feathers, and I felt wonderful. This bed is not so comfortable. That's one of the things. The other thing is that you don't have a bathroom. If you're parked somewhere, you have to literally get in your car, drive somewhere, and then use the restroom. If you're out in the desert, like I said, you have to take out your little toilet, put it somewhere, do your business, or dig it inside the hole and cover it up. There's a lot more work involved. You can't just run into a shower and take a shower. You have to drive to the shower and actually do it. And if you're in a place where there's no gyms, you have to pay for a truck stop shower if you can find one, and they're not cheap. They're about $15. Other than that, you don't have a kitchen. Some people might have a kitchen, but in my van, I don't. If you're like me and don't have a kitchen, you're going to have to open up the back and you're going to have to find a suitable place to cook. Besides that, there are temperature changes inside the van constantly. If you live in a hot climate, you're going to be sitting inside of an oven most of the time unless you're going to be outside. And then on the flip side, if you live somewhere very cold and you don't have a diesel heater like I do, you have to deal with all the climate changes. So to sum this whole thing up, as I mentioned before, you're literally trading comfort for freedom. Luckily for me, being in San Diego, I think this lifestyle suits me best. However, once I do leave San Diego, I'll quickly find out if things are going to change or not, but I won't find out until that happens. All right, number 7, you live and sleep in places most dream of. And your views are always different depending on where you go. People pay millions of dollars to live in places that I've slept overnight in. I sleep next to the ocean. I slept on an island. I even slept on a car park. But these are things that people who live in sticks and bricks will never be able to experience. Yes, as I mentioned, you're trading comfort for freedom, but one of the benefits is that your views are always different and you don't have to pay for them. All you need to do is spend a little money on gas and get to the next location, and you have a wonderful view. I slept in the most amazing locations, and I would have never ever had the chance to do it unless I did van life. And lastly, anywhere you park, it's home. I'm at a park right now. I have every single thing that I need inside of this van. I have my food, the bathroom is nearby, I have running water, I have electricity, I have everything that I need. I'm very comfortable. I can even take a nap if I want to. So for right now, this is my home. It's where I want to be. But if I don't, I can literally move anywhere else, and it doesn't cost me anything. And finally, number 8. This is literally something you never, ever, ever hear about. But I think this comes from the wisdom of living in this van for 3 months. And that is to not travel when you first start doing van life. Live in a big city like I am. Living in a big city will make the transition very simple. You have bathrooms everywhere, you have showers everywhere, and shopping for food and everything else is a stone throw away. You have to get used to your new dwelling. This is your new home. You have to find out what works for you. You have to find out what doesn't work for you, if it supports your lifestyle. In the beginning, highly recommend that you make a list of all of your must-haves. Your must-haves are things that make your life easier. Devices, a refrigerator to store your food inside of it. It's a must. If I didn't have running water, if I didn't have a refrigerator and power, it wouldn't feel homey to me. But I guess the example I'm trying to make here is to figure out what things you must have in your life inside of your van, because it will make a huge difference in your quality of life. And in these 1 to 3 months of not going anywhere, you'll figure out quickly if van life is for you or not before you actually go far away from home. Because if once you leave the comforts of the city, everything changes. Gyms are far away, stores are far away, the quality of the gyms and the stores and everything else may change drastically. You might not be happy with the place where you are. So spending 1 to 3 months in a place such as where I am right now, and I haven't traveled at all since I've gotten my van, this has allowed me to figure out what I need, what I don't need, what I like and what I don't like, and make the necessary changes. Now, if you've watched my last video, I talked about insulating my van. As you can see, all of the exposed panels are covered up with carpet. This was the last thing that I needed to do. So now I feel more confident about traveling. If I go somewhere cold, I have my diesel heater and the van is insulated. If I go somewhere where it's cloudy, I have my DC to DC charger where the alternator is charging the battery and I don't have to worry too much about solar. And of course the insulation is going to keep all the heat inside, or if it's hot outside, it's going to keep it cool. So I figured out all these things by spending time in it. If I got my van and immediately started traveling, I might have regretted making the decision to travel and be far away from home. And by home, I'm calling it your home base. So these are some of the things that I thought about that may potentially help you out. And if you found this video useful, please give it a massive thumbs up. And if you enjoy this type of content and you like watching my videos, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out. Me and Rambo appreciate you watching. Although he's asleep right now, he says thank you. Until the next episode, thank you for watching. Take care.